All right, so you sent over a whole bunch of guides on starting a restaurant.
Yeah.
Clearly, you're thinking about taking the plunge. We're diving deep into these guides
Okay.
to really kind of extract those nuggets of wisdom,
Right.
the stuff that separates those successful restaurateurs from the ones that end up closing their doors.
That's right. These guides are like a crash course in avoiding those classic restaurant startup blunders, and believe me, there are a lot of them lurking out there.
Yeah.
Ready to sabotage even the most passionate chef.
Absolutely. Okay, so let's start with one that might seem obvious but is often overlooked.
Okay.
Market research. Why is this such a critical first step? And what kind of consequences can you face if you skimp on it?
Well, yeah, think of it this way. You can have the most incredible culinary skills,
Yeah.
the most innovative menu, but if you haven't taken the time to understand your target market,
Okay.
your restaurant is essentially sailing blind.
Yeah.
And a common pitfall is assuming that your personal taste will automatically translate to success.
So you're saying that just because I love my grandma's secret meatloaf recipe
Right.
doesn't mean everyone else will.
Exactly. Market research is about understanding who your potential customers are, what they crave, how much they're willing to spend, and what kind of dining experience they're looking for.
Yeah.
Without this data, you risk creating a menu that misses the mark,
Okay.
setting prices that are either too high or too low, or even choosing a concept that simply doesn't resonate with the local community.
Makes sense. One guide mentioned using online tools
Yes.
like Google Trends to spot those emerging dining trends.
Yeah,
Is that something you'd recommend?
absolutely. Online tools can be incredibly valuable
Okay.
for gathering data on dining habits, popular cuisines, and even competitor analysis.
Okay.
You can see what's trending, what people are searching for, and what's already working in your area.
Speaking of competitors, it seems like choosing the right location is just as crucial as understanding your market, right?
Without a doubt, in fact, location and market research go hand in hand.
Yeah.
You might have the perfect concept, the most delicious food,
Okay.
but if you're tucked away in some obscure alleyway that nobody can find,
Right.
you're fighting an uphill battle from day one.
Yeah. One of the guides talked about the importance of visibility and accessibility.
Yeah.
What exactly should you be looking for in a location?
First and foremost, can people easily see and reach your restaurant? Is there ample parking or access to public transportation?
Okay.
Is the neighborhood safe and welcoming?
Right.
Remember, location is more than just an address. It's an integral part of your brand identity and the overall customer experience.
It's interesting to think about how the surroundings can influence your restaurant's vibe.
Right.
I imagine a cozy, family-friendly restaurant might not thrive
Exactly.
in the middle of a bustling nightlife district.
Exactly. Your location should align with your target demographic and the kind of ambiance you're trying to create. Consider the foot traffic, the demographics of the neighborhood, and even the proximity to other businesses.
Now, one mistake that really resonated with me, underestimating those pesky startup costs.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone dreams of opening a restaurant, but few seem to grasp the sheer scale of the financial investment involved.
That's a big one.
Yeah.
It's easy to get caught up in the excitement of menu planning and decor.
Yeah.
But neglecting the financial reality can quickly derail your dreams.
Yeah.
These guides are packed with cautionary tales of restaurateurs who underestimated costs and ended up in dire straits.
Yeah, the analogy of those hidden costs sneaking up on you like a runaway souffle
Yeah,
really paints a vivid picture.
it does.
What are some of the costs that often catch people off guard?
Well, permits and licenses are a prime example.
Yeah.
They vary widely by location and can be surprisingly expensive. Then there's kitchen equipment ranges, ovens, refrigerators, all the other essential tools of the trade furnishings, interior design, and renovations can also add up quickly.
And you can't forget about the initial marketing blitz needed
Right.
to get the word out and build buzz.
Exactly. Marketing and advertising are essential, both pre-opening
Yeah.
and during those crucial early months. It's all about creating awareness, generating excitement, and attracting those first customers. Underestimating these costs can lead to cutting corners, which ultimately impacts the quality of your product and service.
One guide really hammered home the importance of building a contingency fund for those inevitable unexpected expenses.
Yeah.
Was there anything in particular that surprised you in terms of potential financial pitfalls?
You know, I think what surprised me most was the emphasis on having a rock-solid financial plan from the outset.
Okay.
It's not enough to just have a general idea of your expenses.
Right.
You need a detailed, comprehensive plan that outlines your startup costs, projected revenue, and operating expenses. It's like having a financial roadmap guiding you through those crucial early months.
And this brings us to another fundamental mistake: neglecting to develop a clear concept and brand identity.
Yeah.
I love how one guide compared a generic restaurant to a bland dish.
Right.
Easily forgotten. Why is a strong concept so vital?
Well, because in a sea of restaurants, a well-defined concept is what makes you stand out, attracting the right customers and creating a memorable experience. It's the heart and soul of your business, shaping everything from the menu and ambiance to the service style and marketing message.
So it's more than just deciding whether you're going to be a fine dining establishment.
Much more.
Or a casual bistro.
It's about crafting a narrative, a story that resonates with your target audience and sets you apart from the competition. Ask yourself, what's your unique selling proposition?
Okay.
What experience are you offering that customers can't find anywhere else?
Right.
What's the story you want to tell through your food, your decor, your service?
This is where those detailed customer profiles from your market research come into play, right?
That's exactly. Knowing your audience informs every aspect of your concept development. Are you catering to families, young professionals, or a niche market?
Okay.
What are their dining preferences, their budget, their expectations?
Right.
These insights guide you in crafting a concept that truly resonates.
One guide warned against inconsistent messaging, unclear value propositions, and neglecting the customer experience. How do these factors tie back into the concept and brand?
Well, think of it this way. Your concept is the blueprint, and your brand is the expression of that blueprint.
Okay.
Everything you do, from the music you play to the uniforms your staff wears, should reinforce your brand identity.
Yeah.
Inconsistency creates confusion, weakens your brand, and ultimately impacts the customer experience.
So having a clear concept is like having a strong foundation for your restaurant to stand on.
Yeah.
But even with the most brilliant concept and a solid financial plan, there's still a potential pitfall lurking out there, ignoring local regulations and permits.
Oh, absolutely. This is where things get really tricky, and the guides stress the importance of doing your due diligence. Securing those essential permits, business licenses, health department permits, liquor licenses, if applicable, is non-negotiable.
One guy had a great tip about ensuring all employees, not just kitchen staff, have their food handlers permits. Why is that so crucial?
Because it demonstrates a commitment to food safety and compliance.
Okay.
Imagine a scenario where a server unknowingly handles food improperly, leading to a customer getting sick. The consequences could be devastating, both for the customer and your restaurant's reputation.
Not to mention the potential legal and financial repercussions.
Exactly. Compliance isn't just about avoiding penalties. It's about building trust with your customers.
Yeah.
And demonstrating that you prioritize their well-being.
So we've got our market research nailed, our locations secured, our finances in order, our concept defined, and our permits in hand.
Okay.
Time to move on to the heart and soul of any restaurant, the menu.
The menu. This is where your culinary vision really comes to life. But one of the biggest mistakes restaurateurs make is treating the menu as a simple list of dishes.
Okay.
Rather than a strategic tool that drives profitability and customer satisfaction.
One guide emphasized that a well-planned menu should not only reflect your concept, but also delight your target audience and be cost-effective to produce. How do you strike that balance?
It's a delicate dance for sure.
Yeah.
You need to consider a variety of factors, starting with your concept and target audience.
Okay.
What kind of cuisine are you offering? What are the popular dishes in your area?
Right.
What dietary restrictions or preferences do you need to accommodate?
One guide suggested testing your menu with potential customers before launching.
Yeah.
Is that something you'd recommend?
Absolutely. Getting feedback from your target audience is invaluable.
Okay.
Host tastings, focus groups, or even informal surveys can provide crucial insights into what works, what doesn't, and what needs tweaking.
Yeah.
This feedback can help you refine your offerings, ensure you're hitting the right price points, and avoid costly menu mishaps down the road.
I imagine menu planning also involves a deep dive into cost analysis and portion control.
Absolutely. You need to understand the cost of each ingredient.
Okay.
Factor in labor costs, and determine the right portion sizes to ensure profitability without compromising quality.
Right.
This is where having a solid understanding of food cost percentage becomes crucial.
There's a term I hear thrown around a lot.
Yeah.
but honestly don't fully grasp. Can you break down what food cost percentage is
Sure.
and why it's so important for restaurant profitability?
Of course, in simple terms, food cost percentage represents the ratio of the cost of your ingredients
Okay.
to the revenue generated from selling those dishes. So, for example, if a dish costs you $2 to make and you sell it for $10,
Right.
your food cost percentage for that dish would be 20%.
Okay. I'm starting to see how this ties into pricing and overall profitability.
Exactly. A typical food cost percentage for restaurants falls between 28 to 35%. If your food cost percentage is too high, it's eating into your profit margins.
Right.
If it's too low, you might be sacrificing quality or charging too much.
That makes sense. So we've covered market research, location finances, concept permits,
Right.
and menu planning. Seems like we've got all the bases covered.
Not quite. We've only scratched the surface of those potential pitfalls. There's still a lot to unpack when it comes to design choices, staff training, and that all-important online presence.
Okay, I'm all ears. Let's dive into those next.
All right, let's shift gears a little bit
Okay.
and talk about the physical space. The restaurant itself.
Okay.
You might have the perfect menu,
Yeah.
but if the layout and design choices hinder the flow, it can impact the entire dining experience.
So it's not just about picking out pretty furniture.
Right.
And creating the right ambiance.
Definitely not. Functionality is just as crucial as aesthetics.
Okay.
Think about it. Have you ever been to a restaurant where the tables were too close together, the lighting was harsh, or the restrooms were miles away?
Oh, absolutely. It completely throws off the vibe.
Yeah.
One of the guides talked about awkward flow.
Yeah.
Turning a romantic dinner into an obstacle course.
Yeah.
Not ideal.
Exactly. Your layout should enhance the customer experience and operational efficiency.
Okay.
Seating arrangements should ensure privacy and comfort while maximizing capacity. Clear paths for guests and staff make navigation a breeze. And accessible facilities cater to everyone's needs.
So you're saying it's about striking that delicate balance.
Precisely.
Between aesthetic appeal and practical functionality.
And remember, you're designing for both your customers and your staff.
Right.
An efficient kitchen layout can significantly impact food prep times and overall service speed.
This makes me think about those behind-the-scenes aspects of the restaurant industry that customers rarely see.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, let's talk about the people who bring your vision to life, the staff.
The staff. They're the face of your restaurant, the ambassadors of your brand. And neglecting their training is a mistake that can have a ripple effect on the entire operation.
I can see how a friendly smile can only go so far if the server doesn't know the menu inside and out or can't answer basic questions about the dishes.
Exactly. Comprehensive training is crucial, covering not just menu knowledge, but also customer service skills, health and safety procedures, and even basic wine and beverage knowledge, if applicable.
One guide suggested implementing an ongoing training program to keep skills sharp and introduce new menu items or specials. What are your thoughts on that?
I think it's brilliant. The restaurant industry is constantly evolving.
Yeah.
So continuous learning is key. It shows your staff that you're invested in their development, which in turn fosters loyalty and a culture of excellence.
And that translates into a more positive and efficient dining experience for customers.
Absolutely.
Now let's shift back to the financial side of things.
Okay.
Because there's another potential pitfall that can make or break a restaurant, setting prices too high or too low.
This is where that delicate dance between profitability and perceived value comes into play.
Okay.
Price too high and you risk alienating customers and appearing out of touch. Price too low and you might struggle to cover costs and build a sustainable business.
One guide had a fantastic analogy about finding that sweet spot where customers feel like they're getting value for their money while you're still making a profit. How do you go about finding that sweet spot?
It requires careful analysis and a deep understanding of your costs, your target market, and your competition.
Okay.
You need to factor in your food cost percentage, labor costs, overhead expenses, and the prices your competitors are charging for similar dishes.
The guide also mentioned value-based pricing bundling specials and even psychological pricing techniques.
Those are all excellent strategies to consider.
Okay.
Value-based pricing focuses on highlighting the quality and unique aspects of your offerings to justify a higher price point. Bundling can entice customers with package deals, while specials can create a sense of urgency and attract price-conscious diners. And then there's the psychology of pricing, using those clever tactics like ending prices in 0.99 to make them appear more appealing.
It's amazing how much strategy goes into something as seemingly simple as setting menu prices.
It's all about finding that balance between appealing to customers
Yeah.
and ensuring the financial health of your business.
Right.
And remember, pricing isn't static. You need to regularly review and adjust your prices to reflect changing costs and market conditions.
Okay, so we've got our prices set.
Right.
Our staff trained, our design on point. Now it's time to spread the word and attract those hungry customers.
Absolutely. And today's digital age, failing to invest in marketing is a mistake that can quickly render a restaurant invisible.
Yeah.
You can have the most incredible food, the most stunning ambiance, but if nobody knows about it, it's all for naught.
One guide talked about the need for a comprehensive marketing strategy that utilizes both traditional and digital channels.
Yeah.
What are some of the essential elements of a successful restaurant marketing plan?
It starts with understanding your target audience.
Okay.
Where do they hang out online and offline? What are their interests? What motivates them to dine out?
Right.
Once you have a clear picture of your audience, you can start crafting targeted messages
Yeah.
and utilizing the channels that will reach them most effectively.
So it's about more than just blasting out generic ads.
Much more. It's about creating engaging content, building relationships, and offering value to your potential customers. Social media is a powerful tool for showcasing your brand personality, highlighting menu items, sharing behind-the-scenes glimpses,
Yeah.
and even running contests or promotions.
And don't forget about the power of online reviews.
Oh, absolutely.
Those can make or break a restaurant's reputation these days.
You're absolutely right. Managing your online reputation is crucial.
Yeah.
Responding to reviews, both positive and negative, shows that you're engaged and value customer feedback.
One guide suggested setting up alerts.
Yeah.
So you're notified immediately when a new review is posted,
Right.
especially on platforms like Yelp or Google, where visibility is key.
That's a great tip. It allows you to address any negative reviews quickly and professionally,
Okay.
turning a potential crisis into an opportunity to showcase your commitment to customer satisfaction.
And of course, you want to encourage those glowing reviews.
Absolutely.
Happy customers are your best brand ambassadors.
Don't be shy about asking satisfied customers to leave reviews.
Mm-hmm.
It can make a huge difference in attracting new diners.
Okay, so we've got marketing covered.
Right.
But once those customers are in the door, how do you ensure they have a positive experience and keep coming back for more?
This brings us to another critical mistake: ignoring customer feedback in the restaurant industry. Feedback is gold.
Yeah.
It provides invaluable insights into what you're doing well and where you can improve.
One guide mentioned that feedback is a gift even when it's wrapped in a complaint.
Yeah.
I can see how that might be hard to swallow,
It is.
especially when you've poured your heart and soul into your restaurant.
It's definitely not always easy to hear criticism, but it's essential to view feedback as an opportunity for growth.
Okay.
A customer who takes the time to provide feedback, whether positive or negative, cares enough about your business to want to see it succeed.
So it's about listening with an open mind
Mm-hmm.
and using that feedback to make adjustments and improvements.
Exactly. Establish systems for collecting feedback.
Okay.
Whether it's through online review platforms, in restaurant comment cards, or even digital surveys.
Yeah.
And just as importantly, respond to that feedback thoughtfully and professionally.
This makes me think about the importance of consistency,
Oh, yeah.
both in terms of food quality and service. I imagine one bad experience can quickly sour a customer on an entire restaurant.
You're absolutely right. Inconsistency is a recipe for disaster in the restaurant industry.
Yeah.
Customers expect a certain level of quality and service, and when that fluctuates, it erodes trust and damages your reputation.
One guide talked about the importance of standardized recipes,
Yes.
regular quality checks, and clear service protocols. What are your thoughts on that?
Those are all essential components of creating a consistent and reliable dining experience.
Okay.
Standardized recipes ensure that each dish tastes the same every time, regardless of who's preparing it.
Right.
Regular quality checks help you catch any inconsistencies before they reach the customer.
And those clear service protocols.
They provide your staff with a roadmap for delivering exceptional service, from greeting guests and taking orders to handling complaints and processing payments.
Mm-hmm.
Consistency breeds confidence and creates a sense of reliability that customers appreciate.
So we've covered marketing, customer feedback,
Right.
and the importance of consistency. What other potential pitfalls should aspiring restaurateurs be aware of? We've talked about creating a great customer experience,
Right.
but what about the behind-the-scenes stuff that keeps a restaurant running smoothly? It seems like inventory management could be a potential landmine for someone new to the industry?
Oh, you're hitting on a crucial point. Poor inventory management is like a slow leak in your profitability.
Okay.
Wasted ingredients, spoilage running out of key items at crucial times can drain your profits faster than you can say did a rush.
One guide painted a rather vivid picture of spoiled ingredients being like money down the drain, literally.
It is.
What are some strategies for keeping a handle on inventory and minimizing waste?
Well, the guides stress the importance of implementing a system.
Okay.
And the FIFO method, first in, first out, came up a lot. It's a simple concept, really.
Yeah.
You use the oldest ingredients first to minimize spoilage.
Okay.
It sounds obvious.
Right.
But you'd be surprised how many restaurants don't follow this basic principle.
Makes sense. And what about those weekly inventory checks?
Yeah.
It seems like a lot of work, but I imagine it's crucial for staying on top of what you have and what you need.
Absolutely. Regular inventory checks help you identify trends, anticipate demand, and order accordingly.
Okay.
Plus, they make it easier to spot potential issues like theft or spoilage before they become major problems.
One guide even suggested using inventory management software.
Yeah.
To automate tracking and provide those data-driven insights. Is that something you think every restaurant should invest in?
It depends on the scale and complexity of the operation.
Okay.
For smaller restaurants, a simple spreadsheet might suffice. But as your business grows and your inventory becomes more complex, those software solutions can be game changers.
Okay.
They can automate ordering track usage, generate reports, and even alert you to potential shortages.
That sounds incredibly helpful. Okay, we've talked about managing food.
Right.
But what about managing the money? It seems like overlooking financial tracking could be a recipe for disaster.
It's the kiss of death for many restaurants. Ignorance is definitely not bliss when it comes to your finances.
Yeah.
These guys emphasize the need for meticulous financial tracking, not just to stay afloat, but to make informed decisions that drive growth and profitability.
A lot of these guides threw around terms like food cost percentage, labor cost percentage, and prime cost. Can you break those down for us and explain why they're so crucial?
We already talked about food cost percentage, but labor cost percentage is equally important. It's the ratio of your labor costs, wages, salaries, benefits to your total revenue. Keeping this in check is crucial for profitability.
And prime cost.
Prime cost is the sum of your food cost percentage and the labor cost percentage. It's essentially the cost of doing business.
Okay.
Ideally, your prime cost should be around 60% or less. If it's creeping higher, it's a red flag that you need to take a closer look at your expenses and find ways to optimize.
So knowing these key metrics allows you to see the financial health of your restaurant at a glance?
Exactly. And the guides recommend regularly reviewing your profit and loss statements. Those snapshots of your revenue and expenses to identify areas where you can cut costs, boost revenue, or make adjustments to your pricing strategy.
This all ties back to that idea of having a solid financial plan from the outset.
Absolutely. A well-crafted financial plan not only guides you through those crucial early stages, but also helps you anticipate challenges, seize opportunities, and chart a course for long-term success.
So we've covered market research, location, concept, menu planning, staffing, marketing, finances, everything you need to launch a successful restaurant, right?
Almost. There's one final mistake that often trips up restaurateurs.
Oh.
Even those who have mastered all the other aspects, failing to plan for growth.
One guide mentioned that complacency is the enemy of success.
It is.
Especially in an industry as dynamic and competitive as the restaurant world. What are some strategies for planning for growth and staying ahead of the curve?
It starts with setting clear goals.
Okay.
Both short-term and long-term. What do you envision for the future of your restaurant? Do you want to expand to multiple locations, introduce new menu items or concepts, develop a catering arm?
It's about having that vision for the future.
Yeah.
And a roadmap for getting there.
Exactly. And that roadmap should include strategies for adapting to industry trends, embracing new technologies, and continuously seeking ways to improve and evolve.
This makes me think about all the innovations we're seeing in the restaurant world these days. Online ordering platforms, delivery services, mobile payment options.
Yeah.
It's an exciting time to be in this industry.
It truly is. And for those who are willing to embrace change, experiment, and constantly learn, the possibilities are endless.
Wow, we've covered a lot of ground in this deep dive.
We have.
From the initial spark of an idea to the grand opening and beyond, we've explored the intricacies of starting and running a successful restaurant.
We've delved into market research, concept development, financial planning, menu creations, staff training, marketing strategies, and the importance of ongoing learning and adaptation.
It's been an incredible journey, and I have to say these guides have been invaluable in providing a roadmap for avoiding those common pitfalls and setting yourself up for success.
They offer a wealth of practical advice, insightful tips, and cautionary tales, everything you need to navigate the challenges and seize the opportunities that come with opening a restaurant.
So if you're dreaming of opening your own place, don't let those potential pitfalls deter. You learn from the experiences of others, arm yourself with knowledge, and go after your dreams with passion and determination.
The restaurant industry is challenging but incredibly rewarding.
Yeah.
With the right preparation, a solid plan, and a willingness to adapt and evolve, you can create a thriving business that brings joy to both you and your customers.
We've given you the tools and insights to avoid those common mistakes.
We have.
Now it's up to you to take that knowledge and make it your own. Best of luck on your culinary adventure.
Good luck.